Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. It's time for Ozarks Fox Phenomena. Okay. It just reminds us of that. Okay, we're all need to get in a serious mode here, but it's not really that serious. Okay, this came from some happenings that happened in mine and Jeremy's house. We got to wondering if this had happened at your house, anything. So you guys wrote to us and told us some things that had gone on at your place. This segment is for pure entertainment only, so don't be disguised by our voices when we get in the mood.
Holly, it does make more sense now that we're in October. It's leading to Halloween.
Well, yes, it is.
It's very poignant.
It's poignant.
Yes.
All right, let me get to my phone here. All right, here's the first one.
Okay, I'm just gonna listen.
This is from Mark Cresta. I just moved into my house. It was built in 1906. It's in Dracut, Massachusetts. Something woke me up when I opened my eyes. A small black figure, blacker than the darkness in the room itself, was about a foot away from me. Its head lined up with mine. I was just thinking if that happened to me, woo, I'd be jumping out of that bed.
I'm out of there.
It wouldn't be lined up long. It was about the size of a 4-year-old child, just standing there. I couldn't make out the features, only the shape and proximity to me. I saw the same figure a few weeks later crawling up the stairs until I turned on the light and it disappeared. On another occasion, my girlfriend and I were sitting in the living room watching a movie, and suddenly the heavy smell of cigarette smoke filled the room. Oh! She said, "Do you smell that?" I said, "Yes." Neither one of us smoked. So, we haven't smelled it since. I wonder if it was that 4-year-old child.
Why would that 4-year-old be smoking?
That's way too young to smoke.
Yes, it is.
I've also seen daytime shadows peering around the corners. They appear gray in color and featureless. Faceless. Okay, I added that.
Oh.
Okay, that's my story.
You take
and
creative
I'm sticking to it.
You take creative license with
Yes.
that. Okay. I am going to read one from. Did you pick this on purpose because his name is Mike Myers?
No, I didn't. It was just a good story.
Because you know Mike Myers
Yes.
is the killer in, not Mike Myers, the SNL, but Halloween.
Oh no,
His name
I
is
didn't
Michael
know
Myers.
that.
He's the killer in Halloween.
I didn't.
And this story is from viewer Mike Myers. Listen to this. Before my granny passed away, she would set 2 extra plates on the table and make beds on the couches. She said it was for the 2 little girls who would visit her. She even had actual conversations with them when I was there. I could only hear her, of course, but she would look at the empty chairs and just answer questions. This music is scaring me. It freaked me out. One evening I told her there was no one there and that it was her imagination, and she got very aggravated with me. That same night, I got up to answer her phone and literally got pulled over backwards by someone grabbing the back of my shirt. I never doubted her again. A few years later, a neighbor told me a story about his late wife who died in the exact same thing and even described the little girls and what they looked like in that house. My sister lives in the old farmhouse today, and she can hear footsteps and dragging noises upstairs.
Why would anyone stay in a house like that?
What? That's crazy.
My hands are cold. I feel like it's getting colder in here.
Kelly?
Do you know what that's a sign of?
Yeah,
Ghosts.
Yes, ghosts. And by the way, 2 little girls just walked in, so I'm going to talk to them really fast. Yeah, just sit right there. Just sit down. Listen to our ghost stories.
Don't talk like that. I really am cold. Okay. I'm always cold in here.
We have an audience now, Kelly.
Yeah, we do. That only we can see.
That only we can see.
Okay, here we go. Oh, wait, here's the next one. We know this guy. This is Brent Sager.
Oh, I know Brent, yes.
Have you read this story yet?
I have not. I don't think so.
We always joked about there being a ghost in the closet in one corner of the house because Coco, who never growls or is mean, unlike your dogs, sorry, just Bo, would
This does sound familiar. Did we read this one?
No.
Oh.
Would occasionally just stare in the corner and growl and become very aggressive. I don't know. Did we read it?
I know the story now, but as you started telling, I was like, wait, I know that story.
Well,
Like, you read it again.
maybe
read it
they
again.
didn't see it.
Maybe not.
Okay. Then one night, I got home at around 2 or 3 a.m., and the entire house was ransacked. It's all coming
It's
back.
all. I know the story now.
Curtains all pulled off the walls. Furniture rearranged. All cabinet doors were open. Doors that were closed were open, and ones that were opened are closed. Something like that. Scratch marks all around the trim on the front door. I do remember this now.
The two little girls over here sitting say they remember that too.
And everything that was hanging in the closet was now on the ground. Coco was staring in the corner and going crazy. I called the police. They came to investigate. Every window was locked, every door was locked. No sign of entry. There was a couple $100 in the cash on the counter as well, and a couple of iPads, and nothing was stolen. The medicine cabinet was open, but none of the meds were moved. Not a single thing was missing in the house. It was just flipped upside down.
Yeah,
Still
I
live
know.
there?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm talking to the girls. Sorry.
You better be careful. I'm gonna haul you off to the wacky ward. Okay.
The house he's talking about, they actually have moved since that house.
Oh, well, I would have moved that day.
Yes, I do know that for a
Yes.
fact. Okay, this next one is from viewer Kathy Green. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Trying to lighten the mood a little
I'm
bit.
very cold.
You're freaking me out now, Kel.
Sorry.
Kathy Green says, we built our house in 1995. We've heard things fall in the bedroom, but nothing was there. We hear a music box playing out by the pool. My son swears he's seen someone walk across our deck, and he goes to see, but no one's there. Now, I grew up in Illinois, and all the houses around us had spirits in them. We were playing out at our neighbors upstairs and heard a noise, and we saw a big handprint on the curtain. We ran downstairs to hide behind the couch, but we never saw anyone. Where am I? Oh wait, we never saw him. I lost my place.
But we never
Saw any.
My
Oh, there you
whole
go.
life.
My whole life, I was afraid of being in our basement. Felt like someone was going to grab my legs going up the stairs. We also had a hidden room that you could only access from the attic, and one closet door had a crawl space and a wall in there. My dad said it was used for bootleggers hiding the booze back in the days when there were 3-story houses and they had prohibition, and it was creepier as I got older.
All right, I have time for one more, maybe.
Yes.
This is from our friend Georgia Hasebeck. Many times I hear people talking in other parts of the house. When I check it out, there's no one. Sometimes it's chatter. Other times, at times I've even heard music. It's crazy. In our house in California, we had supernatural experiences as well. Since nothing bad ever happened, I guess they are all just friendly and probably lonely.
Ring around the rosy.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Okay, let's lighten the mood
everybody.
there.
I was trying to be creepy with
I
my...
heard that. Yes, you were. I had to get out of it. Okay, we'll be back. I can't turn the flashlight off. It's really hard.
No, it's very hard to turn that
there we
flashlight
go.
off.